Good morning, Facebook. Clay Sherwood here, Swims and Sweeps. Hey, someday we are going to have pool sweep season. I swear. It's going to get hot. Someday. I know it will. Mother Nature may not be being kind to us, but hey, we're ready for whenever it's ready for you guys to open that pool. Hey, today we're going to talk about chlorine for the pool. You know, there's a lot of things on the market out there, and I know every one of you have been on the catalogs. You've seen the big internet companies out there. They're all pushing their chemicals to you. Everybody's got the best chemical. Not always the case. What they have is a good moderate chlorine that does work, but you don't understand the side effects that happen when you use a lot of their chlorines. The first thing we're going to talk about is what are the three basic components that you need on a chlorine pool to make sure that your pool stays clear. So most companies are going to sell you a stabilized chlorine puck or a stick or a tablet. Those are the three basic forms of what we call a trichlorochlorine. A trichlorochlorine is a stabilized chlorine. And when we talk about stabilized chlorine, we're talking about a chlorine that will stay longer in your water to do a longer, better job of sanitizing your water. Now, you've got a chlorine level in your pool of 3 parts per million. It's doing a beautiful job. The pool's staying clear. So over a week or two period, that sanitizer level becomes combined. What does it become combined with? Well, every time you swim in the pool, you leave swimmer's waste. Every time the wind blows, it blows more contamination into the pool. Every time it rains, that puts more contamination in your pool. As that contamination enters the pool, the stabilized chlorine, it will go in and attack that, and then it becomes combined. So now it's no longer available to kill or sanitize your pool. So then that's when you go to the oxidation. Oxidizing the pool is very important. When you superchlorinate, you raise your chlorine level up to 9 parts per million plus, depending on what chlorine you're using, is going to be the best effective way to super kill all of that swimmer's waste. Once that's done, then the sanitized chlorine has the ability to take back over and take care of it. Then the other component in the basic 3-part chemicals is an algicide preventative. So the algicide preventative actually makes the water wetter. Yes, I said it, makes the water wetter. The way I explain it to most of my customers is most of you have been around a lake or a pond or a creek, and you see the little bugs running across the top of the water. We call them water striders here in Kansas. So, or you see the bugs darting up and taking a breath of air and then darting back down into the pool. How they're doing that is called retention in water. Retention in water allows them to breathe and live. Algicide preventative takes away that retention. The water bug sinks and he drowns. So that's why you want to use an algicide preventative. Now with Poolife, which is the brand of chemicals that we carry, we're carrying the best of everything. We're carrying a sanitized puck, a standard 99% available, or we're carrying this MPT tab, which has an extra element in it that a lot of people don't understand. So when you're buying pucks, there are different pucks on the market. Now, one of the things with the MPT tab is it has a metallic base in it, a little bit of copper, which a little bit of copper in a pool is not a bad thing. Metallics is truly an algae killer. So a lot of people are at the big box store and they're picking up the algicide. Algicide, that's got to kill my algae. No. What's going to kill your algae is chlorine. So with that little bit of metallic in that water, that will help keep the algae down. Now with this algicide preventative here, it has another element in it that works with this three-part system to help maintain that copper so it doesn't get out of whack or too high or causes staining in your pool. So now, when we talk about shock, which is here in the red bucket, a lot of people don't realize there are different levels of shock available on the market. So what we carry here is a turbo shock, which is 78% available chlorine. When you use 9 ounces of this product per 10,000 gallons, it will give you a shock level of 9.2 parts per million. That's crucial. So that will give you more shock available in that pool to do with less. The other thing is that it's a very small granule, so it dissolves. I don't know how many of you have been out there buying the 50% available chlorine or the 48% available chlorine, because it's cheaper at the box stores than that stuff. You have to mix it up in a bucket. This you have to broadcast out across the pool. It dissolves before it hits the bottom of the pool. If you see a few remnants laying on the bottom of the pool, take the brush and brush it away. So, shock out there is one of those things. 9 times out of 10, I can save you money selling you a better chemical that you use less of. So, keep in mind when you're at those box stores, if it's cheaper, there's a reason why. It's not because they buy more of it and they sell more of it. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with they make it less powerful, cheaper to begin with. Sorry, politically incorrect, but it's cheaper stuff. That's all there is to it. So, the other thing is they're not helping you out professionally. What they want is your credit card number. You bought $200 worth of stuff. You're out the door. You're a happy customer until you get home and your calcium level in your pool's climbing off of the charts. Your stabilizer levels, just unbelievable. Your alkalinity's on the bottom. Your pH is out of whack. You're throwing your hands up. What is going on? I went to the big box store. I bought all my chemicals online. They said they were the best. They're not, folks, because they can't professionally help you take care of your pool. It's up to you buying the right products from a professional. There's 3 of us here in Topeka. There's several. There's one in Lawrence. There's some in Manhattan. There's several in Kansas City. These pool professionals are there to help you because they care about you and your pool, just like we do at Swims and Sweeps. It just pains me to see somebody spend a bunch of money. They're standing at the box store. They got a bottle of this and a bottle of that, and they're going, well, my pool's this, my pool's that. They're taking it home. They're throwing their money in the pool, and it doesn't do anything. And eventually they come to us, and we start to help them out. Because here's the better thing. I can sell you whatever it takes to kill whatever's in your pool. But filtration, filtration, filtration. If you don't filter your pool correctly or your pump and filter system is not working correctly, you're going to have problems. So let's talk about that just for a second, and then I'm getting close to the end of my time. So filtration, filtration, filtration. If you don't filter it right, you don't use the right chemicals, you don't have a professional help you balance your pool, you're going to have problems. And that's what we don't want to happen to you and your pool at Swims and Sweeps. Let's keep the water clear. Let's keep the water safe, because that's the other thing that we do at Swims and Sweeps. We don't let you buy product that's going to cause you problems or waste your money on things you don't need for your pool. So, would you, if you go to the doctor and you're sitting in the pharmacy and you're picking up a bottle, well, my nose is runny and my ears itch. It's the same thing with your pool. Come to the professionals. Let us help you. Once again, I want to thank all of you for tuning in. Hey, come to any one of my stores, Lawrence, Topeka, or Manhattan. We're here to help you. So please, folks, let's help you take care of your pool. Let's have a fun, safe summer with clear water. Thank you for tuning in.